right, guys, welcome to another episode of Monday Motivation. Hope you had a great weekend. It's a start to another fabulous week. So let's get it off right by being in the right mindset. And to do that today, we're going to talk about, making peace with your scale, because I know it is a big source of frustration. It's a source of anger, and it's a source of a lot of the things that people do just to see that number change. So, what does the scale represent to you? I want you to ask yourself that. What does this scale represent to you? Because I guarantee it represents something very different to you than to the next person, to you, or to me. So, what does the scale represent to you? And what exactly is it measuring, right? What exactly is it measuring? What is that thing that causes so much unnecessary suffering? Because on this journey, I find that the scale is the one thing that causes more suffering, more frustration than anything else, when it is just a tool. It is just one of the tools that we use. I say unnecessary suffering because it is self-inflicted. You see, when the scale doesn't move, or it moves in the wrong direction, you're pissed off, and this becomes painful, right? And chronic pain over time leads to suffering, because when you get angry, you're pissed off, well, that's painful, and that is what leads to suffering over time, right? And here's the thing: suffering, my friends, is the doorway to the dark side. That's right, the doorway to the dark side. That's where you're willing to do stupid things. You're willing to try those gimmicks. You're willing to try those temporary fixes. You're willing to explore, how can I, can I shock my body into moving? How can I do this? How can I get that number to change? You're willing to do anything just to get that number to change. And therein lies the dark side. Because once you go down that path, guess what? Well, that is one of the number one predictor of future weight gain. Did you know that weight loss is the number one predictor of future weight gain? Yes, because the way most people lose weight is they try to do quick fix. They try to focus on just getting that number on the scale to move, and not really paying attention to what exactly are you measuring? What does that number represent? So let's take a look at that. What does the number on the scale represent? Because I guarantee it doesn't represent what you think it does, right? Your body is 60 to 7% water. Think about that. 60 to 7% water. Even your muscles are 70 to 75% water. Your muscles are made of water. That's right. We think of muscle mass as, packed protein. But no, your muscle tissue is made up primarily of water. Your cells are primarily made up of water. Right? Did you know that? So most people think that, your muscles are this densely packed protein. But you'll be wrong. So I'm sorry to disappoint. We're mostly made up of empty space and water. That is all your body is, empty space and water. So most of what you're obsessing about, my friends, is nothing more than water fluctuation. Think about it. If your body is 70% water, what do you think is going to change most? The 70% or the 30%, right? You see, only 30 to 4% of your body is made up of lean body mass and body fat. So let's take an example, a 200-pound person, right? Let's use the bottom number. Let's say 60% of your body is water. That's 120 pounds. If the remaining 80 pounds is made up of, let's take the most unlikely scenario, 50% body fat, that's unlikely. That's only 40 pounds of fat and 40 pounds of lean body mass. So we have 120 pounds of water, 40 pounds of lean body mass, and 40 pounds of body fat. Now, if your weight fluctuates 2 pounds, either way, up or down, where is the most likely place that weight loss or gain is coming from? That's right. The logical mind will tell you that it is mostly water fluctuation. So how do you then prevent all the unnecessary suffering you put yourself through day after day when your weight fluctuates? When you message me, or we talk on our calls and you're just all in a tiffy. Oh, my weight isn't changing. Oh, my measurements are changing. My clothes are changing, but that number on the scale isn't changing, and that is what pisses me off. Because I'm here to lose weight. I want to lose weight, even though that every indicator tells you that you're losing fat. You don't care about that. You want to lose weight. You want to see that number on the scale change. So how do you prevent all of this unnecessary suffering? Well, forget about weight loss altogether. Start focusing on fat loss. So if you were to focus on fat loss, when is your body burning fat? The answer is all the time, especially to initiate low-level activity. So you see, when you're always moving, that's when your body is burning fat. Now you see why I assign the daily habit of standing up and moving around for 5 to 10 minutes every waking hour of the day. You see why? Fat loss. Your body is also burning fat when your muscle glycogen stores, your liver glycogen, and blood sugar are all depleted. Then it is forced to use body fat as its primary fuel source. As you may recall, because we've discussed this, right? The foods you eat daily are stored as glycogen in limited amounts in the liver, your muscles, and some remaining in the bloodstream for immediate usage. So how do you achieve glycogen depletion so you can maximize fat burning? Bingo. Why do you think I encourage you to practice getting more active with 5K to 10K steps daily, or as active as you can based on your physical limitations? Why do you think I encourage you to do HIIT workouts and resistance training? To achieve the elusive glycogen depletion state where body fat becomes your body's primary source of energy. This is also the reason why I encourage you to do your exercise first thing in the morning, when your body is in a fasted state. Now here's the deal, folks. I realize that this is a bit much, and I really don't expect you to remember any of it. I simply want you to see the futility of obsessing over the scale, because what you see doesn't represent what you think it does. Nothing wrong with weighing yourself to see how your weight is changing over time. But the best indicators of fat loss can be seen by, let's say, using a belt or the tape measure, trying the same outfit week after week, a dress or a pair of pants, or my personal favorite, the mirror test. Stand naked in front of a full-length mirror. If you like what you see, get back to work. If you don't, get back to work and work harder on your consistency of the 7 basic habits of transformation. That's a topic for another day. So remember, the number you see on the scale doesn't represent what you think it does. It doesn't say that your body isn't changing, and it definitely doesn't say that you're a bad person and what you're doing isn't working and it's time to run for the hills and start, trying different gimmicks just to get the scale to move. Remember, when you start doing that, that is when you start to do things that will definitely predict your future weight gain. And as I've said repeatedly, I want for you to be this the very last time that you attempt weight loss. And in order for that to happen, you got to just forget about the scale. You got to forget about the gimmick. You got to forget about weight loss altogether and start focusing on fat loss. Start focusing on getting fitter, stronger, better, right? Change your fitness level. Focus on your body composition. Focus on how strong you are. Focus on how active you are. Focus on, how you're performing in your daily life. What can you do at the end of the month that you couldn't do a month ago? Right? These are the things that you want to focus on. These are the indicators that what you're doing is helping you creating a better life, is helping you to transform your life. Because, you can't transform your body without transforming your life. You're going to have to develop some new habits. And these are the habits that will allow you to maintain the results. So remember, weight loss is nothing but the result of practicing consistent lifestyle habits. And when you do that, when you focus on the habits you're practicing, your results will last. When you focus on the number of this on the scale, your results is going to be temporary. And you're going to experience a lot of unnecessary suffering. All right, guys, I hope this helps you to finally make peace with your scale. Take care. Catch you next time.